Hey everybody, Scott Walters. Welcome to the channel. If you're new, I want to thank you for coming. If you're returning, I want to thank you for your continued support. Before we get into today's red hot topic, I'm going to politely ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Please watch to the end for my final thought. Hit the bell icon so you're notified when new videos are released. It is very important to stay close to the channel in these very tricky times. All right, folks, welcome to the channel. It's always an honor and a privilege to be with you. I hope you're all doing great. Buckle up and strap in. I got a hard-hitting pull, no punches, no sugarcoating it, no rainbows and sunshine. I'm just going to give it to you and give it to you straight. And friends, this is getting insane. Half-price homes are drawing near. Today, I have a special guest for you guys. One of my best friends, Travis from the Real Estate Mindset. Travis, welcome to the show.
Scott Walters, it is an absolute pleasure and it is an absolute honor to be on your channel today and speaking to your viewers, brother.
Thank you so much, Travis. I absolutely love your channel, and I love appearing on your channel. Iron sharpens iron, staying centered and surrounded with like-minded people. We're going to do some great things here today, Travis. So I appreciate you coming alongside me to help me do that. I reported a while back earlier when the FOMO, you couldn't lose in real estate. Pour into these markets. Don't worry about anything. You're safe. I said, be careful. This one's going to have blowback. The dust will settle and we will pay the piper from the training wheels that was placed on this economy. Now the rug pull has occurred. We're seeing the potential race to the bottom already going in many areas of the nation. Travis, this is getting so very serious. And today, contagion's going to sweep these markets like never seen before. Modern era. Our digital diet is going to be a double-edged sword. Travis, which areas of the nation do you believe are showing their fractures the most currently?
So this is a hard question because there's so many factors now, Scott. There's so many factors at play. There's so much pressure on our housing market right now, and our housing market is so unstable that it's difficult to say, where it's going to happen first. But I believe the metro areas where the crash per se, the biggest race to the pennies on the dollar, half price homes is going to be in the metro areas that had the highest investor demand and the highest migration, like Boise, Las Vegas, Phoenix, Austin, a little bit in Miami. I think it starts there first. And I think I think a lot of it is going to be where the heaviest investor demand was, because, investor demand in Q2 of 2022 was ridiculous. Investor demand in Q1 of 2022 was also completely ridiculous. And I believe that a majority of those people that purchased in the second quarter of 2022, their cap rate is trash. I don't think they're going to make money, especially if they're flippers, dude. If they're flippers, they're going to have to fire sell. If they're, bigger investors and they're not making a cap rate because they can't rent out their houses, they're going to have to fire sell their homes. And that's just a fact of the matter. So I think that the biggest, fastest decline are the areas of highest investor demand.
Which makes perfect sense, right? Because just as fast as this bubble was created, and I think we're all past the fact that if this is a bubble or not. Of course it's a bubble. Yeah. Of course it's a bubble. When you see overnight appreciation and never seen before, that's a bubble. So the reality is like you just said, Travis, this is the crazy part. I used to report just as fast as this bubble was created. Don't be surprised if it reverses course. It's doing it faster. It took a couple years, 2 years of lockdowns to produce this artificial market manipulated bubble by implementing stimulus programs and stimulus measures. Well, now what's it doing? It's reversed course virtually overnight in those areas of the nation that you just talked about, Travis. I don't know if you've checked lately. They're in a massive free fall. Every property on the market is experiencing price reductions, and they're also chasing the market, Travis. They're stuck on the market. And I always say, for me personally, the kiss of death in real estate, showing price reductions coming on the market too high. What do you think?
I think that that sellers are in for a rude awakening. I think that they're already feeling it. I think that the fear of missing out is going to spread into the sellers. People are going to freak out, say, I should have sold. But also we have medical emergencies, divorce, relocation. I think that they're going to have to wake up, man. I think that not only is the market violently transitioning into a buyer's market, I think it's going to be a massive buyer's market, not necessarily because of inventory, but because of unaffordability and inventory. So, I think that they're going to, if you're a seller right now and you want to sell your house and you want to get the best deal for your sale, you're going to, in my opinion, and a lot of people will argue with me on this, but I think that you go in under market value. I think that you go in under market value, and that's what they're going to have to do. And they're going to have to hope that it leads to a bidding war. But, like I talked to my dad the other day. My dad's a builder, and so is my brother. So he's out in Southern California. I ask my dad all the time, like, what are you doing to stay ahead of this? And, my dad is a builder. What he tells me is I'm price cutting. And he told me, he's like, Travis, I don't care how much money I'm going to lose. I'm getting rid of these houses. Like my father told me that. So I know that, there's plenty of builders going through the same thing. And when the builders start price cutting, the resales are going to also have to start price cutting. And I think it's going to be a domino effect, quite frankly. And I think that if people want to sell, you better sell now, because the further that we get down the road, the harder it is going to be to sell.
Oh, Travis, that's huge. Like I said, one of the things we have to understand is real estate is very local. Different areas will behave differently. It's going to take a full-blown recession to touch many areas. We're at the front end of a correction stage of this whole potential crash. Once it hits recessionary levels, we're in bigger trouble. My challenge with this one, Travis, is so many. I mean, take your pick, really. I mean, the red flags, the alarms that are going off, but the people that minimize the severity of what's playing out in front of us, the denial. There's a saying, ignorance is bliss. A lot of people are completely just ignorant. For whatever reason, Travis, you woke up and you understood what was going on. And even as a guy who works in the industry, licensed lender, trainer, now a YouTuber of a high caliber level, channel exploding because of the service you've been providing your viewers. What is your thoughts in terms of, as this plays out, certain areas as a real estate professional, will get hit quicker and harder, right? But if you see, like we talked about, some of these areas that are already displaying they're in a tricky situation with their inventory flooding in, going through price reductions. When do you think they're going to hit? And this is the $1 million question, Travis, so I'm not going to hold you to this. This is, like I always say, when is your anticipation in terms of a time frame, a realistic time frame, that they might bottom out?
The values and prices?
Yeah, in those hardest hit areas that are going through it now.
I ask myself this question all the time. I don't even ask myself anymore, Scott, will this be worse than 2008? Because I don't care anymore. To me, this is not going to be worse than 2008, because I lost everything in 2008. And this time around, I'm going to win. Right? So it's hard. It's really hard for me because of political pressures. I think that the government, like they've been doing, could step in and make things even worse at any time. So, barring any of the black swan events, like we talk about all the time, I don't believe that we're going to have the same length of buying opportunity that we did in 2008, which, depending on the metro area, was 2 to 4 years. I believe it's possible. I don't know yet. There's too much dust in the air still. There's too much dust. There's too much conflicting data for me to be confident. But I can see the opportunity being less because of government intervention. And I also believe that it's possible, like, for example, Blackstone, there's an article that recently came out about Blackstone getting $50 billion ready to buy. Now, they're not going to take over the housing market, but they can drastically manipulate it with $50 billion. So because of those two things, Scott, I don't know that there's going to be buying opportunity past 2024. If I were to time the market, I would say the bottom is it's either going to be in December of 2023 or December of 2024. I lean towards 2023, the end of 2023, because of the elections and the circus show. So I'm going to say right now I'm leaning towards the market bottoming out in 2023, but I can also see it bottoming, like drastically going down in 2023, but continuing a slight bleed out for several years.
Got it.
So I think no matter what, there's going to be a drastic decrease in prices. But after that, I don't know if they'll steadily go up or steadily go down. I think both are strong possibilities. I think there'll be buying opportunities at the end of this year, especially with new builds. But me personally, my plan is to purchase February of 2023. Don't hate me, viewers. Don't hate me. There's a reason why I'm not trying to time the bottom of the market, Scott. You know that. And it's my primary residence. My primary residence, I don't have to time the bottom of the market. If I'm going to invest, I'll time the market a little bit better. But for my primary residence, dude, I got to get out of renting, Scott. I know more than anyone how stupid, excuse my language, it is to rent. But right now, it's the rare time where renting makes sense. So I'm going to go back in my plan is February 2023. I'll push that date out if I feel that it's necessary. But I think I'm going to get a killer deal February from a new builder. And I think the bottom is possibly the end of 2023, possibly 2024. Just too much dust in the air for me to be confident either way.
Well, thanks for taking a stab at it. That was a little bit of an unfair question, right? I mean, nobody has the crystal ball. In my opinion, one of the challenges with this one, Travis, bigger bubble, bigger blowback. It's just very, very basic. It doesn't take a rocket scientist to figure this one out. In terms of renting versus owning, I want to tell a little story. I got information once. I remember back I was renting. I was measuring my insides by other people's outside. I wanted to be a homeowner. I felt like less than because I was renting. Even though I know. So I talked to this really successful real estate professional, and they were renting their house and they were rich. And I'm like, hey, like, why are you renting? Like, you can afford to buy a house. They're like, it's not. If they said, you know what they said to me, it always stuck with me. It's not as important to own where you live. It's just important to own. Don't measure your insides by other people's outsides. That is what happened in the FOMO. People put too much pressure to be homeowners. Listen, I'll live in a shoebox temporarily and stack up some income property so I can come spit facts on YouTube and not be tied to some 9-to-5 day job every day of the week. You know the number one thing, Travis, that people want in life? It's not money. It's free time. Being a debt slave to a house bought in the bubble will not give you that. So, listen, Travis, I'm cheering for you. You're going to get the house of your dreams. Why? Because you made it your goal. So anytime you set a goal, that's the only difference between successful and unsuccessful people. Successful people have goals. You have a goal. For our viewers today, set a goal. Whether, hey, don't worry, you can be a renter forever. Just go buy some income properties. Get a few partners together. Test the waters. Minimize risk. Travis, anything that you want to say, because you got anybody that's watching today, Travis at The Real Estate Mindset will be linked in the description of this video. He's linked in the description of all my videos. I've appeared on his show. One of the best guys you'll ever meet. Came from California, where I'm at now, moved to Texas, family man, out there killing it, doing shark fishing, catch and release, a lot of cool stuff. Travis, you're a colorful guy. I told you when I first met you, they're going to come for the information, Travis, but they're going to stay for you. You have done great because you're a quality person. Is there anything that you would like to share with these viewers in terms of personal or professional goals that you would like to share?
Just one, Scott. And first, let me say, dude, thank you for those compliments. I don't do well with compliments, so I was a little uncomfortable. But bro, thank you, man, because I try so hard to give a message, but do it in a way where almost everyone can understand it. And I get a lot of blowback for that. They're like, oh, you're not an economist. You can't even talk right. Blah, blah, blah. But so, you know, but like, it's like, I'm just trying to stay focused on my goal. And the message, what I really want to say, Scott, you know, before I end is, you know, to the viewers, don't take buying real estate lightly. Buying real estate could be the absolute most magical, best investment of your life. Don't look at it as like you're buying a car. Don't look at it like you're buying a watch. Take this very, very seriously, because more millionaires are made in real estate than anything else. And the fact of the matter is, you know, and there's a lot of programs that could teach you this. If you own but 4 houses, you can generally retire a millionaire. So in other words, don't get so emotional when going to buy, be patient and understand how valuable buying real estate really is. Even if you don't invest, Scott, even if you just live there the rest of your life, you're probably going to be able to retire with hundreds and hundreds of thousands of dollars. So you guys, for the love of all that's holy, please take this very seriously, understand how important buying a house is, and do the work in your local market. And that's what I would say, Scott.
Ah, beautiful, Travis. And would you do me a solid and share your outro with my audience that you always do? I absolutely love it.
I will, brother. And again, man, I really appreciate you. Now, you guys, if you're out there investing in real estate, I do wish you luck, and I hope you win.
Thank you, Travis. I can't wait to have you back on this show. And final thoughts, friends. Thank you so much for tuning in today. It's always been an honor and a privilege to serve you. Travis is a great guy. I love him. I'll have him back on the show for you guys as we continue to be iron sharpens iron. If you appreciate the content, I do want to humbly ask you to give the video a like, subscribe to the channel, leave a comment below. I would love to hear from you. Social media links are in the description of this video if you'd like to follow me there, along with links to channels like Travis's I've appeared on. I think you might enjoy. If you're interested in buying or selling real estate here in America, there's an email in the description for you as well. I have a network of top-rated agents in the nation ready to assist you. If you're watching on your television set today and you like this video, I know you're going to love the next video on your screen at this time. And as always, please go make it count today. I'll see you on the next video.